How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Countdown video. We only have 52 days left until the game's release on December 7th, and today we'll be talking about evidence for a certain character, as well as a supposed leak. As always, and I cannot stress this enough, we have no idea if this evidence/leak are true, so make sure you take them both with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about them just for fun. If you would like to read along my talk, you find a link to both of the original posts in the description bar down below. And now, with all that out of the way, I have one thing I need to tell you guys. So before every video from now on, I will be telling you guys a little bit about where I found this evidence and stuff like that. So the first leak that we're going to take a look at comes from a game store in the UK in which they leaked the number of playable characters. And then after that, we're going to be looking at some evidence for a brand new character. And I found a lot of this from Reddit as well as a post that was sent to me from a few of my subscribers. So if you'd like to click out the video, do so now. And now let's actually get into the leaks. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is this post that this game store in the UK actually made regarding the total number of characters. So now let's take a look at what it says. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Prepare for a totally smashing time. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be the biggest and best in the Legendary series. This game will feature every single Super Smash Bros. Character ever created and more. That's a total of 71 fighters. As all the fighters join the battle, you can now choose from more than 100 stages. There are some familiar stages, and they're even more powered up than before. Are you ready to face the biggest battle yet in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? So this was actually a post from a gaming store in the UK, and we're going to talk about that right now. So obviously the most interesting thing about this post is that it claims that we are going to have a total of 71 fighters. As of right now, the latest character that was revealed was about a month ago, and that was Isabelle. Now Isabelle is fighter number 68, which means that if this is true, we are going to get 3 more characters added to the roster. As we take a look at the Smash Ultimate website, we see that as of now, Isabelle is right there at number 68, and next to her there are 2 blank spaces, leading a lot of people to believe that we are going to get a total of 70 different fighters. However, I don't believe that this is true. I think that we might be getting a total of 71 fighters, and as of right now, Sakurai is just trying to throw us off. So now let's take a moment and try to figure out who these next 2 characters are going to be. At this point in time, Bergerman has leaked that we are going to be for sure be getting 3 more characters. Ken as an Echo Fighter for Ryu, Incineroar as a brand new newcomer, and also a Square Enix character. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense. As we know on the Smash Ultimate website, the Echo Fighters are always put next to the character that they are based on, as you can see on screen right now with Richter next to Simon. So this right away leads me to believe that the 2 spaces at the bottom are going to be for both Incineroar and also the brand new newcomer from Square Enix, which is most likely going to be Geno, and right next to Ryu we're going to have Ken. This makes a lot of sense because we know that we're getting at least 2 more characters, as we can see on the bottom, and Sakurai has stated before not to expect too many newcomers. But the other thing that we have to consider is how credible is this site actually? Well, Game apparently is a big store in UK, which means that they might actually have some credibility. At this point, we're less than 2 months away from the game's release, which means that Nintendo is probably giving information to these stores, not regarding how many characters, what the characters are going to be, but instead how many characters they're going to get. 71 sounds like a very good number, because that means if we get around 9 DLC characters, that means that we would end up with a total of 80 fighters. But at the same time, we also have to consider that maybe we're going to be getting 3 unique fighters instead of another Echo Fighter plus 2 newcomers. Honestly, I might be able to see them going this route, just announcing Incineroar and then a new Square Enix character, and then announcing at the very end a character that nobody saw coming. However, at this point in time, we have no way of knowing who's going to be revealed next, so I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Remember to take this with a grain of salt, however, because maybe Game is just putting out a random number because they don't really know, but honestly, I can't see them doing this just because they are a huge retail in the United Kingdom, and it seems like they have a lot of credibility. So at this point, it looks like we are going to have a total of 71 newcomers, and now we're going to look at some evidence that's supporting the brand new Square Enix character being Geno. So as you can see on screen right now, we're going to take a look at some evidence. This was not made by me, and hopefully I can link the original post in the description. Geno was one of the most requested newcomers on Sakurai's Brawl poll, as well as one of the most discussed potential newcomers on Smashboards, second only to Ridley. Geno's popularity in the Smash community has remained generally consistent for the last decade and a half. Sakurai stated in an interview with Japanese magazine Nintendo Dream in March 2016, "Geno was actually a character I wanted to include as a fighter. He has a gun for an arm, and just seems like he'd fit absolutely perfectly into Smash. I was hoping I'd be able to put him in as far back as Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but unfortunately that never ended up materializing." Geno's incredibly popular. Even though he's an old character, we keep getting loads of votes and requests for us to put him in the game. Even though he still isn't in as a playable fighter, I made sure he'd be in as a Mii costume so his fans would at least feel that they got something. Development for Smash Ultimate started in December 2015. Around this time, Tumblr user Lazuliro, a senior artist for Nintendo, posted a drawing of Geno stating Super Mario RPG has been a topic lately at the studio, so Geno felt right to draw. This post stayed up for 3 years before being deleted for seemingly no reason. The post can still be seen on Tumblr pages it was reblogged on. Sakurai was also reported to have ordered some figures of robots with guns around the same time Smash Ultimate began development. The guns could have been used as a basis for Geno's guns since there aren't any HD renderings of his weapons. Geno's Mii costume also includes some new details and redesigning, not present with other retro Mii costumes. Geno is one of 2 characters who was publicly stated to have received a Mii costume based solely on popularity, the other being King K. Rool, who was announced as a newcomer for Smash Ultimate because of his fan demand. Other popular characters such as Chrom, Inkling, and Isabelle have become newcomers as well. Geno's Mii costume was the only Mii costume to receive a special splash screen similar to the newcomer splash screen featured in Smash 3DS/Wii U and later Smash Ultimate. Of course, nothing is a guarantee. We don't know whether or not Geno will finally be a newcomer, but the odds are certainly in his favor. We can only hope that Geno shoots for the stars in Smash Ultimate this December. So the next piece of evidence I want to take a look at supporting Geno's inclusion comes from Reddit, and it is titled, "Geno is 98.4% going to be an Ultimate. Here's some conspiracy theory evidence." Get ready for a very nice conspiracy theory. Seeing as how Ultimate seems to be the Smash game that's meant to appeal to all longtime fans, what with the brand new training mode, massively suggested characters such as K. Rool, and most stages making a comeback as well as every single veteran returning, it's essentially a given at this point that we'll get Geno, and here's some reasoning as to why in order of credibility most to least. Exhibit A, the Smash Ballot. Firstly, it's already been heavily implied that the results of the Smash Ballot would be greatly influencing Ultimate's roster of fighters. Already widely suggested characters such as King K. Rool, Ridley, and returning fighters such as Wolf have made their appearance in Ultimate. This is no doubt thanks to the ballot. After seeing the demand for veterans, Sakurai made the effort to bring everyone back, as well as quite a few fan-favorite characters who had not been playable in Smash before. That all being said, Geno has been one of the most requested characters since the early days of Melee. With the popularity Geno has, it's extremely likely that Geno scored within the top 20 suggestions for the ballot, if not ranking even higher. Exhibit B, third-party character counts. With the reveal of Simon and Richter, I noticed a bit of a pattern. With the direction the roster is headed, it seems that each third party that is represented through a playable fighter has, at max, 2 fighters. Obviously not including echoes such as Richter. So far we have 2 Sega fighters in Sonic and Bayonetta, though I've heard that Bayo is essentially second party now, but that's up in the air. We have 2 Konami reps in Snake and Simon, Richter not counting towards that for reasons stated earlier. We also have 2 Capcom fighters in Mega Man and Ryu, and yet we only have 1 Square rep in Cloud. To finally complete the pattern, since we know how much Sakurai loves his patterns and completeness, it would make all of the world sense for Geno to be added, since he is both another Square rep, coupled with his very likely high presence on the ballot ranking. Of course, there is one problem with this piece of evidence. So far, Namco only has 1 fighter being Pac-Man. However, in the past, Sakurai has expressed interest in including Heihachi from the Bandai Namco Development Tekken series, bringing the Namco character count to 2. As long as we get Geno, this would have the character count for each third party, excluding Richter once again, as 2. Exhibit C, Mii costumes. Let's take a look at the Mii costumes included in Smash 4. As many have pointed out already, many characters that had Mii costumes based on them in Smash 4 have made the upgrade to full characters in Smash Ultimate. The Inklings, Chrom, and King K. Rool have all made the upgrade to fully realized fighters. Along those Mii costumes, there was also a Geno Mii costume. This, however, is the least credible piece of evidence of the bunch. As cool as it would be to see all of these characters as playable, I don't exactly expect the Black Knight, Isabelle, Lloyd, Flying Man, Chocobo, or many other to make it in as characters. So if my prediction was based on this evidence alone, I don't think I could see Geno becoming playable. Heihachi Mii costume though, So the only problem I have with this was that it was made about 2 months ago, and Isabelle was actually made into a fully realized fighter, which once again gives some credibility toward the Mii costumes turning into characters. Overall, we need to take this with a grain of salt though, and realize that Geno isn't 100% in, but there is a ton of evidence supporting him. So make sure you guys let me know in the comments section down below what you thought about the first leak, as well as all of this evidence pointing towards Geno. Honestly, I do believe that we will end up with 71 characters thanks to all the credible leaks we got from the game in the United Kingdom, and also I do believe that Geno is going to be in based on this presented information. However, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Would you guys be happy if both of these are true, and do you think that they are? Why or why not? Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.